Hey guys, I'm Coco, and today I wanted to showcase Reverie Knights Tactics, which is developed by 40 Giants Entertainment and published by 1C Entertainment, and it's releasing tomorrow. Now, Reverie Knights Tactics is a turn-based tactical RPG with strategy battles in isometric grids, where the decisions you make along the way can alter the story. You lead your heroes on a story-rich adventure through a hand-drawn high fantasy world on expedition to find Lenorian, the long-lost elven city, and find your loved ones while battling monsters and goblin menace. You can have up to 4 heroes on the battlefield, each with their unique combat abilities, and you can react to opponent's strategy and use the environment against them. As you travel through the map, you can unlock secret quests, solve puzzles, and explore scenarios and dungeons, and when you return back to the camp, you can use the resources you gained to craft new items and spells. I'll showcase more of the actual gameplay now, and then give you my overall thoughts. Now over here we can see the classic character interactions. We have Brigandine on this side, and then we have Aurora on this side. And they're talking about mosquitoes right now. And this is how you get to learn more about the story and how these characters interact with each other. And over here I wanted to showcase when it comes to decision-making process. You have this kind of a yin-yang thing, and if you choose something where you're more on the bad side, you're badass, or you act like something people wouldn't expect, you might go on the redder side. Or if you act nice and you be a normal person, you go on the bluish side. And then depends on how you interact with some people, it will then later on show in the story. Now this is the combat we're gonna be facing now. He has monsters on his side. In every combat you have special objectives you can hit. So if all of our units survive, we get extra XP and we get Cogni, which we can use to craft stuff. If we damage 2 enemies within a single obstacle, we get bonus, and if we defeat all enemies before the elf, we also get bonus. Now what we're gonna do over here is we're gonna abuse this thing, the spiked flower. Deals 12 damage and poisons for 3 turns. The first unit hits in all directions when damaged. So it's gonna hit these 2, and it's gonna hit that. It's not gonna hit the elf back there. So we're gonna do that, and that thing is gonna take some damage. It's gonna go boom, and it's gonna deal damage to those 2 monsters and also poison them, which gives us a greater chance. Now as you can see, both of my characters have moved because I wanted to move them away from here where they wouldn't get damaged. But if you don't move, you can spend your AP on your abilities for greater effect. So if you still have 2 AP, this would be a greater shield bash instead. Now of course the enemies will try to chomp on you. We could also use the environment, like these vines over here, to push enemies into them if we have the ability to do so. Now these enemies out here, these worms or whatever they are, they haven't actually spotted us yet. So we're not in combat with them, but if you move in a certain direction, then we would be. Now as you can see, we have 2 points over here for this greater ice ball. Now this monster should die from poison on next turn, so I can ignore it, which means I'm actually gonna use this again and hit that spiky thing to deal damage to the elf over there, and actually kill that guy as well, so that works well. And now he spotted us, as you can see. Now since she didn't move as well, we have a greater shield bash dealing 6 damage, so it should just kill this bad boy. And that, you've seen, she gained something. That was Cogni, which is what we can use to craft stuff. So this worm is now gonna try to get closer to us, of course, because he's in combat. And does look like maybe this guy also spotted us. And same with this one. We have like a green shard over there we could pick up and loot. Is he not gonna die to poison? He's gonna pee on us. Well, that's pretty amazing. As you can imagine, this fire doesn't help. So we do have items. So we can use a potion to restore our HP, or eat a candy. He still is poisoned and he has 1 HP remaining. So there's no real need for me to go and kill him. I'm gonna try to position Brigandine in such a way that she can use her shield bash in such a way that's gonna push this elf into the vines next turn. So he took 0 damage from the poison. Well, that's that's lovely. Well, since this one refuses to die, I'm gonna actually kill him now, and let's see if we can push him into these vines. He's gonna take damage from us pushing him, and he's also gonna take 4 damage there. She is unfortunately bleeding. She will get potentially backstabbed by any of these guys. So the elf has 7 HP remaining, and he couldn't act because he was restrained, couldn't kill her there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go with the ice ball over here for 5 damage, hopefully. 4. That's fine. He's also chilled. Since we were bleeding heavily and all that stuff, I think we're just gonna go for him and shield bash him. And that should take him down, which means that we win. This is the amount of the experience we gained, the cogni we gained, and this is gonna add up to our stuff. Both of our ladies level up to 3, so, and these are the items we get. So now that we have leveled up, we can give people their attributes. We get an extra point. So let's say we put one in fitness over here, or finesse over here. And of course we got Fren as our new person who we just defeated, and he joined us because he's nice. So he's gonna be a new character we can use, and he's got spinning slash and charm as his abilities. And as these guys are gonna level up, they all get new skills that they can use. We get equipment that we can put on them, etc. Now I wanted to showcase the combined attack that you can do. When you are basically flanking an enemy with more than one character, you can do a team attack, and these two guys together will now deal extra damage to that guy. Was that really necessary in this case? No, not really, but I wanted to showcase how it works. Another showcase of environmental attacks is this thing that just stunned that enemy over there by collapsing it into its head. Another place where you can use a team attack on this character with Aurora and Brigandine at the same time, smacking that poor, whatever it is, dog goblin or dogblin. Once you level up to certain levels, you get to get new skills. So for Aurora over here, we could pick Winter Wind or Mystic Fog, so we'll maybe go with Winter Wind over here and unlock that. With Brigandine we can use Protect or Resistance, and this one seems nice. If anybody takes fatal damage, we can restore them to 1 HP. And with Fren we can go with a classic druid spell, which would be Entangle. Once you're done adventuring, you can return back to your camp. You can always go back to world map whenever you want to and explore around as you desire, but over here you'll get quests, you can talk to people, and you can also do some crafting. So in the kitchen right now we can go and start cooking some things. We can let's say cook a candy, which will restore 15 HP to a unit, and we can craft one of those. We could also make, let's say, a cookie by combining seeds and mushrooms, which is very weird, but let's do that. As you can see, there's more and more recipes, and all of these are muffins, chocolates, mints, pudding, cookie, caramel, and candy. You get the idea what it's all about. There's also another tent over here with a Barat, which is a weirdo. And with this guy, you can go and spend your cogni to decipher certain tomes. So as you can see, we have 580 cogni right now, which means we could unlock a number of different ones. And let's maybe spend 200 cogni on Tome of Protection. And let's spend 200 more on Tome of Wisdom. And then we can, I guess, spend the 50 that we have 180, but, you know, we can't spend that. So let's go with this one, Tome of the Apprentice. You can also go into Disenchant, and then you can disenchant these and get some value back, but of course you will never get as much as you'd want. Of course, once you travel on the world map, there is a lot more to discover that you can find all across. The new paths will open, and since we've been over here previously in this forest, you can open up new paths and explore more stuff over here. Now, of course, the items that we have just created, we can put them to good use. So, as you can see, everybody can have equipment, and since we don't have that many equipment, we can share a bit. So we're gonna give her finesse because she's got more finesse, and we're gonna give her maybe the mana because she's using more mana rather than anything else. And then we can switch to, let's say, Brigandine, and she's our tank, so she can get defense, get more defense. And with Fren, who is a pure damage dealer, like a classic DPS, he can get the Might Scroll that we previously used in Aurora. Now, I gotta admit, I really dig the enemies, the monsters, and the goblins, especially the hobgoblins, the big enemies. And the artwork for them, it kind of reminds me of the old Golden Axe Strongman enemies. I'm not sure exactly why, but it might be how they move in combat and their attacks. Now, on the other hand, I dig the heroes, the story a bit less. They're created in like this over-the-top, almost bordering on anime way, full of cliches in the way they interact with each other. It's very black and white, which is often the standard for light-hearted high fantasy games, and I understand lots of people like that. It's just not the style that does it for me. Now overall, I can only recommend this game if you don't have anything else interesting to play currently, or if you are really into fantasy RPGs and have to play them all. Combat is solid. I like the strategy. I like the interactable environment in battles. It's pretty solid. The story and the characters a bit less so, and they're quite cliche. I hope you enjoyed the video.